Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time, in my opinion, is a pretty crazy one, pretty good one. I think you guys will enjoy it. Before I jump into it, just want to say my new song, Thief in the Night, is dropping in a few days. It's dropping this Saturday. So please, if you haven't yet, go first, link in the description, and pre-save that shit. It helps way more than you know. And I'm following back everyone that I see on Twitter that pre-saves it. So tweet me proof if you do pre-save it, or tag me on Instagram so I can like your post. And yeah, anyway, let's jump into today's story time. So today's story time all takes place in 2017. All starts off as a normal day. I was sitting in my room working on a video, just trying to get some stuff done, and one of my friends hits me up. Let's just call his friend Josh. Josh hits me up. He's like, yo, man, you want to hang out today? I was like, yeah, for sure. Come through. Comes to my house. He picks me up. And the problem with Josh, and this problem would happen every single time, is he always wanted to bring his girlfriend around. And listen, I don't usually have a problem with people bringing their girlfriends around, but Josh's girlfriend in specific was a complete psycho. And I don't say that lightly. Like, this girl cheated on him twice, didn't dump her. The second time that she cheated on him was with Josh's cousin, so his family member, and he still didn't dump her. And he just always took her side no matter what. So I was really not looking forward to hanging out with her this day. So yeah, Josh picks me up. We go pick up his girlfriend that cheated on him twice, and we start hanging out together. And like always, it was just a third wheel situation where I was just sitting in the back seat and they were talking about whatever they were talking about, and I wasn't included, as always. And I decided to text one of my friends, my other friend, let's just call him Justin. I hit up Justin and I was like, yo, man, you want to come hang out with me, Josh, and his girl? He's like, oh, shit, you third wheeling? I was like, yeah, man. He's like, yeah, I'll come save you. So Justin pulls up and we meet up at a restaurant together and we get food. And while we're all eating dinner together, Josh and his girlfriend start arguing very badly. It was the dumbest argument I'd ever seen. They got into this big, serious-ass screaming match because Josh's girlfriend ordered a hot dog and Josh called that gross. And she got really offended because he called her hot dog gross. That sounds wrong. But yeah, he called her hot dog that she ordered gross. And they started screaming at each other. And it became a huge, screaming match in the middle of this restaurant, and people were staring at us. And guess fucking what? Josh storms out of the restaurant, gets in his car, and drives off without all of us. Yup, that motherfucker just rage quit. He left us there with his girlfriend, and we're just sitting there at this burger place, mad awkward. Just me, Justin, and Josh's girlfriend, and we don't know what to do. And she starts crying. And me trying to, be the dude that helps people. I'm like, oh, don't worry, it's okay. He'll calm down, don't worry. And she's like, no, I'm sick of giving him second chances. He's wronged me so many times. This is the last straw. And I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This girl was talking about dumping my friend because he called the hot dog that she ordered gross. Meanwhile, this girl had literally cheated on Josh twice, and one of the times was with his cousin. So really all I wanted to do was tell her to shut the fuck up. But naturally, I didn't do that because that'd be really rude. So I just bit my tongue and kept eating my burger and ignoring her. So at this point, we really didn't know what to do. We didn't know if Josh was coming back anytime soon. We didn't know if we should leave and get in Justin's car and then go drive around looking for him. We just didn't know what to do. So we just kind of sat there for another 5 minutes trying to figure out what to do. And while we were trying to figure it out, Josh pulls back into the parking lot of the restaurant. And he walks back inside, sits down at our table, and he goes, you guys ready to go? And we're like, yeah, let's go. So me, Josh, Josh's girlfriend, Justin, we all get up. We leave the restaurant, and I decided to ride home with Justin in Justin's car, just me and him. And Josh and his girlfriend decided to ride separately so they could talk about their hot dog issues, and they left. So after that, on the way home, me and Justin were just laughing because that was the most awkward, ridiculous fight we'd ever witnessed. And then about an hour later, after I got home, me and Justin are hanging out at my house, and I'm playing some video games, just not really doing a whole lot. And Josh calls me on FaceTime. And I answer the phone. I'm like, what's up, man? He's like, hey, man, can I come over? And he sounded like he was crying. And I was like, yeah, man, of course. What's wrong? He's like, me and my girl broke up. I was like, shit, dude, I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, man, you with anybody? I was like, yeah, Justin's at my house still. Come hang out with us. He's like, all right, cool. I'll be there in a second. So Josh pulls up, crying his eyes out, upset that he broke up with his girlfriend or that she broke up with him. I don't really know how it happened. But either way, they broke up. And I was kind of relieved deep down because, like I said, this girl was a cheater and she didn't give two fucks about Josh. So I didn't really care that they broke up. The only thing I cared about in terms of their breakup was the fact that Josh was upset. I didn't like that part about it. But anyway, I told Josh what any friend tells their friend to break up, it's going to get better, time heals, you're better off, all the classic shit that you tell someone. But fast forward 2 hours after Josh got to my house, Josh's phone starts blowing up with phone calls, sure enough, from his now ex-girlfriend, and he's ignoring all of them. And then she starts spam texting him, "Don't fucking ignore me, Josh, like, I want to talk to you about what just happened, hit me up soon." And he ignored those. Then she started calling him again. Then he blocked her number. Then she started calling unrestricted. And like, this girl would just not leave Josh alone at all. But it doesn't end there. Josh starts getting messages on Snapchat being like, "Hey, where are you? Where are you at? I need to talk to you." And he blocks her on there too. And she starts freaking out. She then moves over to Facebook, Instagram, all the social medias you could think of, and he blocks her on all of them so that, she can't contact him anymore. And then shit really hit the fan. So fast forward 30 minutes after he blocked her on everything, this girl shows up at my fucking house. I don't know how she found out he was there. I don't know at all. But either way, she found out and she showed up at my house. And let me tell you something. This girl was not fucking joking. She comes up to my door and starts slamming it as hard as she can with her fist, just like punching it basically. And I run up to the door and I open it. And I was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And she goes, "Where's Josh? Get him right fucking now." I was like, "No can do, I'm sorry." And she's like, "I know he's in there. Let me in." And she starts trying to charge into my house, like run past me and get into my house. And I'm trying to block her. So I'm trying to hold her off. And then Josh, out of nowhere, comes up behind me and goes, "Hey, stop it." And I look over at him. And he's like, "I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to her. Stop trying to get in Austin's house. You're being fucking crazy." And she goes, "Josh, can we please just talk?" And he goes, "No, I'm not talking to you. We're done." And I can't lie, I was really relieved to hear that. And she goes, "No, like, Josh, let me talk to you for a second. Like, I regret what I did." And he goes, "No, you cheated on me for a third time. Go fuck yourself." And I'm like, "Whoa, what the fuck did I miss in that car ride home? What did you guys talk about?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, you didn't hear? I didn't tell you about that yet. She cheated on me a third time." I was like, oh my fuck. Like, I did not think a hot dog conversation could lead to such a fight where this girl admits to cheating on him again. Like, how does this all stem from a hot dog argument? Anyway, he tells her to fuck off and he's never talking to her again and to leave right now. And she does not like that. She turns around and she starts walking towards her car real fast. And she opens up her back door. And when she did that, I got real scared. Because if she was leaving, she would just open up her front door and drive away. But she opened up her back door, which means she was grabbing something from the back seat. And you want to guess what this girl grabbed out of her back seat? I guarantee you won't be able to guess. I'll give you a second. This girl grabbed a fucking paintball gun out of the backseat of her car and starts shooting at us with a paintball gun. So naturally, we run inside and lock the door, and she just continues to shoot up my entire house with paintballs. By the time she was done, it literally looked like a bunch of polka dots took a shit all over my house. So we run inside, like I said, we lock the door, and we just let her keep going, just shooting my house with paintballs. And this whole time, Justin's just in my bedroom on his phone. And when he hears the sound of paintballs hitting the windows and stuff, he walks out into my kitchen where we're standing. And he goes, "Hey, man, what's going on? I heard yelling and like something's hitting your house." I was like, "Oh, you didn't look out the window?" He's like, "No." And he peeks out the window and he sees her with a paintball gun screaming at the top of her lungs, shooting my house. And he goes, "Damn, that girl is fucking crazy, dude. I'm so glad you dumped her." And I couldn't help but laugh at that. Like, his reaction was so chill and just like nonchalant. But anyway, she shot my house until she ran out of ammo. And it was pretty ridiculous looking by the end of it. Like I said, it looked like a legit polka dot house. And after that, she got in her car and sped off. And when she got back home, she messaged Josh on Facebook from a different account and said, "We're not done." So Josh had his hands full, to say the least. But yeah, guys, I never saw that girl again. She never came back to my house. Josh continued to have her blocked on everything. He never talked to her again as well. And she eventually left him alone. It took a couple weeks. She tried to make all these different accounts for weeks. But eventually, on like week 2 or 3, she gave up. But yeah, guys, moral of this story is do not be like Josh's ex-girlfriend. The way she handled that breakup was very, very, very wrong. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you guys all later. Peace. In the night, you be wanting to fight. When I pull up, you see it's like, oh, shit. Cut all these ties cause they plan my demise. They all snakes and I think it's been showing. I got some issues, they haunting me daily. I'm losing my mind and I know it.